Time now for our Wilfork Wednesday, and let's bring in Vince Wilfork. Vince, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing real good. How'd you feel about the Patriots win on Monday night over the Cardinals?
Hey, win is a win. That's what it's all about. Defense, we finally got to a point where defense can take over a game playing from ahead, and we poured it on defensively. So we got to basically win out the rest of this year and play good football. So I'm still waiting to see a consistent football team. We haven't seen it. We've seen spurts here and there. But, you're getting to a point in the season where it has to happen. If it doesn't happen, if they drop one more game, that's the season. So I'm looking forward to see how they're going to respond, knowing that they have to have these games to see how they play.
Yeah, you would think that this Sunday's game against the Raiders especially, which is a winnable game. Meanwhile, I do want to go back to Monday night a little bit because Mac Jones showing a lot of emotion on the sideline and on the field with Matt Patricia. Do you like that from a quarterback? Do teammates appreciate that, or do they kind of look at that and say, what's going on here?
Well, I'm the type of guy, I like guys that show emotion, especially it shows me that you care. But you have to when you show emotion like that, you have to go out there and perform, which he did. He showed emotion and he went out there and did what he had to do offensively. So this is something that the team can actually build on going forward with a fiery guy that's your leader in at the quarterback position. Haven't been too great all year, but once you start seeing the emotions and stuff come out like that, he want to get the ball out, he want to push it, he want to move his offense. When they give him an opportunity to, he never pretty well. And so a lot of that starts up front, though. He can't throw, balls in certain routes can't be ran if offensive line you can't hold up. So it's a team effort, but offensively they have to give him more time to make those plays. And I think we have the guys to do it at the skill position. It's all about the guys up front.
Meanwhile, you did talk about team effort, and one of the other big topics going into the game was about buy-in from the guys in the locker room, especially after what we heard coming out of that Buffalo loss. And I know that you guys went, through a tough season in 2009. What's it like to be in a locker room when you're kind of going through that? And do you maybe see a little bit of that with this team?
Well, you got to check the man in the mirror. I remember going in Kansas City, was beating us pretty good on the road. And I remember, a conversation I had with the team in the locker room after that game. And I just basically told them, remember this feeling. We're on national TV, everybody watching, and we get our tails handed to us. So it's time to tap in, and we got to hold each other accountable and be responsible. And we went out there, we won a Super Bowl that year. So, but because everybody did buy in, is at a point now you have to be able to buy in, but you got to look at yourself in the mirror and check the person in the mirror. Stop pointing fingers and stop talking about coaches and plays. It's about that person in the mirror. How good you want to be. It all depends on that guy in the middle, and you got to hold each other accountable. So trust is everything. You got to be able to build that camaraderie and that character in that locker room, man. We can be friends off the field, but if we're not doing what we're supposed to do on the field, that's a problem.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking about just going out there and being a pro. And one guy who certainly was a pro on Monday night was Josh Uche. And we're seeing him continue to grow. He had 3 sacks in that game. We're going to talk more about him coming up later in the show. We're actually going to hear from him. But what have you seen from this defensive line and specifically Josh Uche?
We got Judon on the other side, and he's getting a lot of attention to him now. And people understand they have to shift lines to him, block him, chip him, and stuff like that. So when you have guys like that, that's in the offensive game plan, other guys have to be able to step up around him because you're going to create one-on-one matchups. And he did just that these past couple of weeks, and it showed this past game. He went out and he basically manhandled and took control of the game himself. And then getting some pressure in the middle, and then Judon getting some pressure. So, we had Arizona exactly where we needed them. We was ahead in the game, allowed us to play the type of game we want to play. It was a one-dimensional game. They had to throw the football. It's easy for a defense to peel their ears back and just let's go. That's when creating turnovers and big plays happen, and it showed Monday night.
All right, meanwhile, because of Monday night, the Patriots are in a playoff spot right now, and you talked about the urgency for the rest of the season, but to you, does this feel like a playoff team?
Can't be, because if you look around the league, you have some teams that stand out, but you have a bunch of teams that's kind of, on the cusp of becoming great and kind of fizzling out. It's going to be up to the Patriots what team they want to be. We haven't seen their best game yet, and that's still scary. And that's still what always have me believe that we can make a run, because we haven't seen our best games yet. We've seen bits and pieces, but we haven't been consistent yet. So I remember when we played the Giants, when we played the Giants at the right time, and they really came on at the right time that year, and they beat us in the Super Bowl. So it can be done. Right now, it's all about playing better, consistent football and taking it one game at a time, and looking at that guy in that mirror and saying, what can I do to make this team the best we can be?
All right, meanwhile, let's talk about this Sunday, because you went through this a few times when you were playing for Bill Belichick, but he's going up against Josh McDaniels, and obviously you went up against Josh McDaniels as well back in 2009, I want to say. But do these games mean more to Bill when he's going up against former coaches, former assistants?
He don't say it, but I mean, it's human nature, right? Someone's coached under you, and you basically groom them into who they are as a head coach now. It's something in you saying you don't want to be beat, by somebody that's been coaching up on you, basically on coaching career. So, but he doesn't make a big deal out of it. But as a human and as a competitive, I know deep down he's like, I don't want to lose. I don't never want to lose, but especially to a guy that I basically got to where he's at, as another head coaching job. So I know Bill is like, hey, listen, I'm gonna make sure I do my job on my end to cover everything we possibly can cover to walk away with a W. And it's important to win right now, so we need to win out. So this is a big game for us.
All right, we're going to get your prediction coming up in just a bit, but let's start the Blitz presented by Shaw's Perfecting the Art of Fresh. And Vince, congrats on the wedding. Saw on Instagram pictures of your wedding this fall, so congrats on that.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
You guys look phenomenal. Also,
right, yeah. That's the picture right there.
Well, I got
a lot of people. See that body rotation?
That looks good. That looks good right there. And I saw the golf pictures, and I'm just sitting there thinking, it's December. We're looking at snow in the forecast, and those only made me jealous right there, the golf pictures. Okay, well, let's get into some other questions here. What's it like Christmas for you? Are you all out, like decorations everywhere?
No. I mean, my kids are old now. No, we tree, and that's about it.
Real tree?
Christmas present.
Real tree or fake tree?
Real.
Okay, I like that. Would you ever want to be an NFL coach?
No.
Which former teammate would you actually love to play for?
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty good answer. He certainly gets the most out of his guys. Because you're on Hard Knocks, and I want to ask this, about the Arizona Cardinals. Do guys act differently knowing that the cameras are always following them around, because the Cardinals obviously are the midseason Hard Knocks team?
Yes, I mean, you do have people act a little different, and I remember when we had it in Houston, we had a meeting, and just be yourself, act like they're not there. Be yourself. I got to look at everything so I can say, don't put that in or put it in. Be yourself. And when he did that, everybody just basically had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, it also helps when you're looking forward to the season. I'm sure the Cardinals right now are kind of wishing maybe they didn't have the cameras pointed at them. All right, your prediction for Patriots and Raiders.
28-24 Patriots. We take another W.
Okay, 28-24, and that, of course, would get them to 8-6 and keep them in a playoff spot. Vince, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one, guys.